you allow me just to give me a story. I give you a story of how Tharaka looks like in terms of optics in development that are normally geared, or rather they are pushed from the national government. Not to mention also the funds we get from the county government come from you. And Your Excellency, allow me to thank you. It's important for me to let these people know that despite coming into the office under very difficult circumstances in terms of the economy, you progressively and without fail enabled the counties to operate. We started with 3 months arrears of disbursement of funds. By the end of the financial years, we narrowed down to 2 to 1. And it's important for me to tell this delegation, as I stand here, that your government, through your leadership, your treasury, Your Excellency, disbursed all the monies owed to counties before 30th of June this year. That is an achievement we cannot take for granted, because that is something that people complain about. So if anyone wants to complain about that part, it is maybe another story, Your Excellency, because you've done your part. We know, and allow me to mention this, Your Excellency, before I go into what we feel matters to our people in terms of question marks on where they are at in development. Your Excellency, when you came in 2022, people who are bashing you are not telling the public the truth. That the changes we have had in this country have not been experienced under any regime. It is only a miracle that you came in when the shilling was at 169 exchange rate, and today it's at 130. Nobody talks about it. Yet, we know Kenya, 70% of what we use here is imported, and therefore shilling is very important in ensuring that we get fair prices of goods if the shilling is doing well. What is very, very key to people in their kitchens, the unga, the one that was making people put sufurias in their head. When you came in, Your Excellency, we were 230, 240. Today, the people who are bashing you do not want to tell the public that the unga is at 169, which is more than 60 shillings per packet of 2 kgs compared to that time. When you came in, Your Excellency, we had NHIF, which was taking care of only 7,000 people, which is, in essence, was taking care of maybe only 1/3, not 1/3, but maybe around 10 to 15% of the public in terms of insurance for their medical cover. Today, SHA started with a bit of noise. People are talking and making noise everywhere. You put on your TV every time it was about SHA. In fact, the people who don't speak English were wondering whether there's a new animal in Kenya called SHA. They were making noise when it was not working. When it started working, Your Excellency, because we are now at 25 million Kenyans who are covered by SHA, the critics, instead of talking about it, they have kept quiet. They were making noise when it was not working. When it works, instead of making noise or celebrating now that it's working, they kept quiet. And that is very common, Your Excellency. People get satisfied, sometimes forget where they have come from. We want to thank you for that. The list, because of sake of time, I just wanted our people to know, those who don't know, is endless. The fertilizer is very close to these people. So 3,500, now it's 2,500. We have very many delegates here who are doing coffee. Coffee was going at 65 shillings per kg. Your Excellency, right now in Tharaka, 1 kg of coffee, when we sell it, we get between 115 to 165, thereabout, with good factories. No one is talking about that. The price of tea also, those people who do tea, I can see very many of them here, including the Reverend the Bishop who has just prayed. We have a margin of about 10 shillings up from the original price we have. Why is all this happening? Because we have good policies that are for supporting our people. But even our banks, Your Excellency, now, before, we used to go to banks and we were chased away. The interest rate was up there. and government was borrowing from the public, for the banks, and therefore competing with our people. Right now, we are back to the old days of Kibaki, when banks are now looking for us. The interest is down, rate is down there, almost 10, 15. Better banks can give you even at 9, because the treasury bills are also doing very well. All that is a show of an economy that is doing well.